Are you an employee and you want to stand out in your job? Here are some tips that would help you make fast progress in your job and take you to the ladder of promotion quickly on this episode of Kinging with Doreen. Before we dive right into it, there are some questions I would like you to ask yourself. What kind of an employee are you? Are you honest, worthy, or do you seek the downfall of your boss, your supervisor, or your other colleagues? So take a moment to answer that question for yourself. Every organization wants somebody who would be able to help them increase their relevance and also help to drive them to achieve their goals. Are you the kind of employee that your boss will be happy to have around, or you are the kind that they are not sure what exactly it is about you? When your boss gives an instruction, what do you do with that instruction? Do you just say to yourself, he has spoken, let him just carry himself and go, or let her just carry herself and go, and at the end of the month, after I'm going to be receiving my salary? Is that what concerns you? Is it the money that concerns you, or the fact that you're actually there to help achieve a goal, reach a peak? Is that what's on your mind, or it's just at the end of the month, ting ting alert? Is that your goal? When things are committed to your trust, how do they come out? Do they come out broken? Do they come out in the worst state? Or do you actually achieve that which you are expected to achieve? Now, I know that some organizations have their own issues, but today we are dealing with you as an employee. Okay, let's take a look at a story again from the Bible, because like I said, life as Christians has a manual, and the Bible is our manual. So let's look at an employee of, again, Abraham. I just discovered that for the past how many episodes I have been talking about Abraham. Wow. Who else? Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I would continue talking about Abraham, but apparently he's like the major person that fits into the discussion that we are having. Okay, so he had a servant, and he gave the servant everything. Like, he actually handed over everything that he had to the servant. Another person that we know everything was handed over to, again in the Bible, was Joseph, but we are talking about Abraham's servant. He was in charge of everything, and he was faithful. The major issues we are having in organization today is the problem of faithfulness. How many people are faithful? A lot of people just go to work and all they're thinking about is themselves. I think that as an employee, you need to look back one day and thank God for your life. There is somebody who actually pays you. Like, at the end of every month or every week or every day, whatever system works in, whatever system is taking in account in your organization, these guys pay you. Now, I'm talking about good organizations. They pay you for your work. They do not owe you, and because of them, you're receiving a pay. I think you should take a moment to actually appreciate your boss. Yeah. A lot of employees are not faithful, but these bosses are faithful to payments. So I think it's a big deal, even though, I know you work for it, but what if you work and at the end of the month they tell you they don't have the money to pay you? But they pay you, and sometimes you don't even achieve all your goals, but they still end up paying you. So I think you should take a moment to appreciate your boss. Did I just deviate? No, bosses, they need to be appreciated. They need to be appreciated. You can get them something, get them a gift, write a note, whatever it is, say thank you to your boss, and you would see it would go a long way. These guys don't usually have a lot of people telling them thank you. They are always seen as the people, the hard ones, the providers, and they don't really have enough people, whether a woman, whether a man, I think that they need to be appreciated. Now, I'm not saying that you should try to over familiarize yourself with your boss, but no, I'm just saying take a moment to appreciate your boss, because yeah, you might have been in that organization for 2, 3, 4 years, even 1 year, and your pay has been consistent and you've been promoted. So I think that if you have never appreciated your boss, this is the time to do so, and you will find changes. If you're having any issues in your work and you've been paid regardless, take a moment to appreciate your boss, and you will start finding changes in your work. You'll discover that things are actually working for you, because it will go a long way. So everything was actually under the charge of Abraham's servant. And do you know what Abraham had? Abraham had too much. This is a man that was willed the whole world. You get? Today we can say that we actually own the world, because Abraham was willed the whole world and we are his seeds. Yeah. So, but everything was committed to this guy, and this guy was faithful. He didn't come one day and say, you know what, sir, I want to leave. I think that you should give me my share, or whatever it is. I've been serving you all my life, and I think you should give me my share. Or he didn't ask for anything. He was just there, faithful. He remained faithful. He didn't say, no, I don't want to be a servant anymore. I want you to promote me, and I want to be he was the head worker. So I don't even know what other position he wants to be promoted to again, except he would now say, oh yes, I want you to treat me as your son. Since I have been the one taking care of everything, even before you gave birth to Isaac, in your old age, I think that, yeah, I deserve equal share. Or no, give him 80%, give me 20%, or whatever it is. He didn't do that. He was not boastful. But do you know what a lot of employees do? After a while of working in that organization, you feel too big, and then you're like, you guys don't deserve me anymore. I'm going to shift. I'm going to move to a better place that deserves me. Like I said, I tell people, aim high, but ensure that whatever you're aiming for is what God wants you to aim for. If you're not the kind of person who hears from God, if you're not the kind of person who follows after the will of God, and you're making such decision, then you might end up destroying your life. Except you're sure that this is the will of God concerning your life, you have served and it is time to move forward, then you're good to go. But if you are doing it out of your own selfish interests, to say, you know what, I've been here for too long and I think that I don't want to be here again, I've done too much for you guys. Oh yeah. And even the attitude you use. You've been with people for a very long time, and when you want to go, isn't it the time for you to put on your best attitude, so that by the time you leave, you'll be remembered for good? But no, the attitude they use, the attitude they display is even what pisses me and pisses the bosses. And then by the time you need help tomorrow, you think those same people will come to your rescue? Nah, they won't. Let's look at an example of a not so good employee, Gehazi. Gehazi went behind his boss to collect that which the boss says don't collect. Just imagine. A lot of people do it. You come, oh, this is the budget, you add your own. I'm not saying you add your own, you feel like, oh, this boss, you are very wicked. Instead of you to be cheating me, I will cheat you. You're not cheating the boss, you're actually cheating yourself, and you're cheating your future. That's it. You're cheating your future. A lot of people have done it and succeeded, but let your part be made truthful. Let your part be made righteous. Let your part be that part that God expects of you as a Christian. Yeah, other people might be doing it, but because of who you are, don't do it. If your boss has decided to cheat you, leave it to them and God. It is God that promotes. Promotion comes from nowhere but from God. So you cannot take yourself anywhere except God is leading you. So why not align your life with what God wants for you. If you now say, yeah, every other person is succeeding with it, let me ask you a question. Do you really think you can survive or succeed with evil? Answer it yourself. Even if you do now, how long will it continue? By taking what does not belong to you, you are actually crumbling that company gradually, because you know that you'll be leaving soon. So you end up doing what is going to, bring them down, and end up doing what you know is going to destroy the whole company. All because you know you are leaving. Think again. Think again. God is watching. Abraham's servant even believed, to the point that he believed in the God that Abraham served, the God that Abraham worshipped. He believed in Abraham's vision. He believed in Abraham's purpose. He believed. But some people are so rebellious that even when the boss says, this is what we are doing, because they are rebellious, they decide to say, no, this is the way I'm going. After all, I am this, I am that in this company. Without me, we won't have gotten the XYZ amount of money we got. So this is the way I want to go. Just to prove yourself. Well done. That person will soon lose that job and their eyes will be open, like that of our forefathers, Adam and Eve. Their eyes were open when they did what God said they shouldn't do. Don't be rebellious. If you don't like the job, or it is not in line with what God is asking you to do, maybe you were there and then God called you to do something else, or maybe you've even mistakenly gotten yourself there in the first place because of daily bread, and then it is time for you to leave and not waste your time or waste the company's time or the company's resources. If you know that this is not where God is asking me to be right now as an employee, this is not it, maybe I need to go and start up my own business, I need to go and start up my own company, and you know that this is not it, don't destroy things for that company. Don't become rebellious. Don't become a devil in that company. Don't try to talk other people into your part because you know, after all, this is not where I'm supposed to be and all those stuff. Then you try to, let's say something has even happened between you and any of the bosses or the supervisors or your boss, and then you think, you know what, before I go, I will show you. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Let God fight your battle and you would hold your peace. Okay, so that's it for today's episode. I hope that you have learned one or two things in how to manage challenges in your office. Okay, and when you're faithful, yeah, definitely you'll be rewarded. Your boss might not be able to reward you, but God sees and he would reward you. There's been cases and cases, countless cases like that, when a person is faithful and more is given to them, or probably they are able to, accomplish more when it comes to their own business. So be there, learn. If that's not where you're supposed to be at the right place. Okay, so like, share, subscribe, and also leave a comment. Leave an inspiring comment, and I'll see you again in my next episode. Thank you for watching as always. Bye.